Hello, my name is Jim Lee, and thank you for joining me today. Well, my title of my little time with you today is called Pulled by a Vision. And actually, it's not any kind of vision that I'm talking about. It is a spiritual vision. Some might call it has mystical overtones because it is grounded in reality, but not this material reality that we're talking about. We're talking about it's grounded in the real reality that's not an illusion. And this vision always, always manifests itself. And this vision never fails. So, together, let's take a closer look at this spiritual vision that is not 2020 sight of seeing, because blind people can use this vision. This vision not only is a winner every time, but this vision is true vision. And I will say that the spiritual vision has a special flavor. The reason why it's so potent and powerful, because it is under the agency of love. What I mean by love, I'm talking about the love that holds the universe together, that binds everything as wholeness and oneness. And this love sees and is an expression of everything, and everything is sacred with this love. So, with this vision now, with the force of love, it now becomes with you. In fact, you can say, with this vision, the force is with you. So let's take a look at being in alignment with this vision to be then actually pulled by this vision. So as we take a moment now to focus in on love, as the song says, put a love in our heart, this allows us to be pulled by a vision. And by love is such a integral part of this, it means unconditional love, even loving all of ourselves. So, and even I must include myself with this as well. It is like a moment of love meditation. It only takes a moment. We just do it several times a day. Just take a moment and just be open and feel love. It's like then a portal will open up as we develop what I call a heart to heart connection with the universe. We can feel relaxed. And this is not a mental activity that we got to go through. We experience it with our whole vision, our whole being. And this vision gives us four ways of seeing. The first one is sight, and that is present awareness, is vision. This sight is to be aware of, all of our thoughts and feelings and emotions on the inside, and just be aware of all of the conditions and circumstances and situations that are on the outside of life and everything that's going on. But we don't stop there. We notice that we are aware of them, that we have them, but we are not them because we can become aware of them. And to be aware that we are aware is present vision, present seeing. In this space, awareness, I would say is that we just allow everything to occur the way that it occurs, and then we take a step back from everything that goes on in science. We would call this field the quantum field. It's a field of infinite potential and possibilities. And I understand in quantum science that everything is in a pre-position until we focus in on it, then it materializes. This field on another level, you may call it the silence, or the spirit of being itself that allows all of this to occur, sees it, but now we're going to take a look and focus in on the fact that we are aware of this. That's magnificent. This is huge. Now you don't have to struggle at it and all of that. You'll get it right. All you have to do is just be willing to go beyond the thoughts, the feelings, the attitudes, all of that, and just be aware that you're aware. Now in this silence, in this what I would call this being, new possibilities that you can't see with the eye or the mental attitude, but it becomes now an opening for present awareness. You can see beyond all of that into this silence and void. In 1991, I was really doing good. And I was in corporate America and I was offered a promotion in a corporate job. And this new position would require me traveling to Europe regularly, and I would get a raise, and it was a stepping stone to another promotion. And so I guess you would say I was like James Brown. I felt good, like I knew I would. And who wouldn't? However, now in my meditation, I felt something. I felt a desire, not for that job, but to be a minister, a unity minister. And being a unity minister just filled me, and my entire body said yes to that. It was yes, it was like I was just pulled by this vision of being a minister. It occurred when I was able to go into the silence. And then what happened is a door opened. And what I would call it the second way of seeing, it was insight. Now, insight that I'm talking about is intuition and inspiration. It's like this inner knowing. This is the love language of the heart. And of course, all we have to do is put a little bit of love in our heart. And this comes about. So I heard this voice, once again, back to the story. I heard this voice and I decided, okay, I'm going to check it out just to be a minister. So I noticed that after I was dealing with it for a while, another voice came up and said, who do you think you are? You know Martin Luther King. You can't be a minister. And Lord knows, look at your life. You are nowhere near perfect to be a minister. I noticed the thoughts. However, I didn't have an attachment to them, didn't put it away, didn't suppress them. I just noticed it. And I went back to being present awareness. It's time. So I acted on it. I went to my minister at the time, Reverend Lafayette Seymour in Washington, D.C. And he said, I just got this packet in the mail with the requirements for a minister. I guess this is for you. Wow. So the vision gives us guidance and provides all kinds of serendipitous moments and coincidences, all because we're in alignment with love, and it brings us new sights and brings us new awareness. And so now back to the story. So after I spoke with Reverend Lafayette, I went to my corporate manager and I said, you know what? I'm not going to take that position. In fact, I'm resigning. And he says, you know what? You don't have to. Your timing is great. You can retire. There's a brand new buyout package that is being offered now. And that was so perfect because that was enough money for me to carry me through the entire 2 years of ministerial school. It was perfect. It was like I was pulled by vision, and it opened up a path, and I followed my heart's desire. So, once again, and we don't need to make this happen, we just allow it to happen. We're going to be using a muscle here, but it's a different spiritual muscle. Put a little love in our hearts, and it begins everything. And so now this vision brings the third sight, and that is foresight, which I call future awareness. Now, the definition of foresight is the ability or action of imagining or anticipating what might happen in the future. So, this one is now in a mystical nature. And it says future love that we're now open and receptive to is tapping us on the shoulder, is touching us in this present moment with a vision. And we're going to call it foresight, or we would call it that's what's doing the tapping and touching us is our higher self. And some people may call it the Christ nature that really is informing us on how to be and what to do and to be conscious participants of all that is emerging for us in this moment. It's the wisdom of us touching us. Don't we all want that? And so now, when we're open to love, which is a potent power, and it's not weak and it's not limited, we are then pulled by this vision, and this vision comes as a flow through for, I would call it, for what is wanting to come into the world. We are now the vessel and the vehicle of the what's ready to emerge. And that's now our vision. I just want you to know that this love and this vision has no boundaries. Our vision can go forward into the future and also it can go backwards. Because the fourth seeing is hindsight, and that is that hindsight is 2020. But we're going to do better than that. This is past seeing. So I was able to look at my past and see how all things were working for my good. That there was a connection between the past, the present, and the future. In this present moment, I'm open to the infinite possibilities, and the future is guiding me, but also it is going back. The same love reaches back in time. And when I take a look at it, when I was at corporate America, I just thought that that was a waste of time. But in fact, I was developing presentation skills and communication skills and good business skills that was perfect to where I was going. I had a new appreciation for everything that I went through in corporate America because it was all part of the flow now. And it is almost like a prayer that I'm saying now taps into the future and brings it into existence, but also goes back into the past and sets it up so before I even said the prayer, it was already started in motion. Now, this is the signs of vision. We all have access to this. We have sight, which is present awareness. Just relax. Just relax. And all the thoughts and feelings would not just notice them, but notice who's noticing them. And that's awareness. So we are being aware that we are being aware. And in that space, there's a door that opens to insight, intuition, on how to be in this present moment, how to be in love in this present moment. That door opens up to another door, and it's called foresight. So we're tapping into our higher self, our the most wise element of us in the future is now sharing with us our very next move. And that opens the door to see that hindsight, that everything has been working for our good the entire time. So I'm inviting us now to be pulled by this vision, and it's just a vision of love. It is interdimensional. It doesn't care about anything because it has the power to create everything. Let's open up our minds and hearts to this. And God bless you all, as right now you're being pulled by a vision.